Hello.
Hello, Dean. You're a stupid head.
Homer, is that you?
Wellie, well. It's an old Tico greeting. Wellie, weller. Stole that from a movie. Welcome to, what are we calling this? It's
Post-draft special?
It's a wonderful jab.
It's a
Post-draft
wonderful
special.
jab.
Yes, and we have been playing for about a week now. I guess it was. There's only been one jab game.
Yeah, only one jeb game.
And we're kind of into this.
About to go into the weekend of week 2 of the jeb. We've got one short week behind us.
Yeah.
Eventful draft behind us.
Yeah. We'll save some of the meat and potatoes. We do have a special guest. Make sure you can see my shirt. Jesus.
We have Jesus on our show.
And a very happy or solemn or contemplative Passover for those who celebrate, and a wonderful Maundy Thursday. I don't. That's part of the Good Friday and Easter weekend.
Yeah.
I have no idea.
I believe also Ramadan is either still just going or just ended, but we're kind of at least a few weeks into it.
Yeah.
That's all happening right now.
Long one.
Rebirth or something. I don't know what correlates them all.
Billy Freeze is trying to get to me all day, and he just called, and I specifically texted him, we're starting recording at 9 p.m. Like, don't call me.
I just texted my ladies and I told them to they didn't respond because they don't care.
Yes, and for all you all those who are into the deep dive conspiracy theory, it is no longer St. Patrick's Day, so I am relatively sober besides the little social lubricant that I'm using right now, but we're way under the bar for this one. That actually came off all right.
I thought so. It was a little the slurry was just perfect. It was just a little. It was like a 0.4%. Yeah, it was great. It was great.
Bummed Italy didn't make the World Cup. I don't know what to do about that. Send a nasty letter or something.
They might have used up a lot of their good juju in that World Baseball Classic in their run there.
I think so.
I'm getting most of my information from TikTok, and I've been in sort of an Italian football just series of videos. Like, I've gone through sort of all the classic penalty kicks in Italian World Cup history, but
that's right. I didn't know it was done by penalty kicks that got knocked out by the Czech. Bosnia Herzegovina.
Kicks. Yeah. Well, can I just jump into a topic that I think
we do have a special guest coming on any minute. You know, we still used to just talking to you, Rich, but we do have an audience purportedly.
I was just going to talk about taxes. No, I was going to talk about
the accountant.
I was going to talk about the ABS system.
Okay, well, we do have a special guest coming on in about 5 minutes. Mr. Rob Wolff, one of the founding members of the JAB. And he'll be in to do his, join us for the draft recap. So we don't want to spill too much right now and use up all our content. But ABS, you like
ABS. I got mixed feelings. On the one hand, I really like it. I think we're also in this sort of golden moment where it's exciting for the fans. So we're getting a lot of reaction. So I don't think that ABS calls will always feel like they do this week.
Good point.
But that said, I kind of like, in general, I really do like the human elements in sports. And I think about things like, what was the Will or Mike or the Jeter's home run? The kid who grabbed it and pulled it into the stands.
What was his name? Andy something or
something? Will, Mike, Michael, little Mikey. I don't know.
Yeah.
But and I know that's not like balls and strikes, but there's a place for infamy. There's for me, the worst not overcalled thing in the history of baseball that I can think of is who's no hitter?
I know. Armando.
Galara,
Gal-
no.
no, it's not
What's it?
Galarraga. It's
Somebody else.
damn
Yeah, he was Colorado.
Galarrago.
Yeah, no, 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 no.
I know that.
Um,
I was thinking about that the other day too,
yeah,
in context of the ABS
yeah,
system. But that's two different things. There's the ABS and the challenge
yeah.
system. The challenge
Yeah,
system has
they're
been
two
in.
different things. I'm just in general,
Yeah,
I like the mistakes. I like the brutality of it, the unfairness of it, the human element. I also don't, get it.
that
But
CB
like,
Bruckner has taken a beating though.
oh,
The
don't
home
it,
plate umpire, and then the first he was
I
on
think you
first
have no
base.
heart if you don't feel for him. It's brutal. It's
I do
brutal.
feel bad, but get him out.
Get him out,
That's
get him out.
ridiculous.
I don't want to
At
feel
first
bad
base.
for him. I want to feel bad when he's out of the league. Yeah. It does expose them. Holy shit.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I did read or saw one post where delineated between the older umps and the younger umps, and the older umps are taking like about 10% more missed calls and challenges over or calls overturned.
Yeah.
So, and that one is the first base one from him was just inexplicable. But
Yeah, that was
oh,
I heard somebody say that he wasn't looking at the bag.
he was not. No, he was
Yeah.
looking. Yeah, you can see it in the replay. His eyes were
Yeah.
like he was looking at home plate or third base or something. The
Yeah, it's
weirdest
just a
thing.
ballsy call to I mean like
Yeah.
you gotta make calls all the time where you don't see it, but like not that call.
It's kind of like
Like put
yeah.
off the bag, maybe safe or out, I didn't see it, but like
But
yeah.
yeah, would yeah, yeah, no, the yeah, I think the balls and strikes will be a good thing. The novelty will wear off, and it'll become part of the game and part of this. It'll be
Yeah.
seamless in a little bit. We had our first walk off ABS challenge last night,
Ooh,
in
didn't see
Baltimore.
that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the closer was in, and it was like a 3-2 count, and the umpire missed it by everything's like a quarter of an inch,
Yeah, right? It's
and
crazy.
so he threw the pitcher through it, and the catcher challenged it, and it turned out instead of a walk, it was strike three, third
Yeah.
out, ninth inning, game over. So it was a
Yeah.
walk off
And it's
ABS.
accurate, so it's hard to complain about that.
Yeah. Oh, totally,
Yeah.
totally.
Yeah.
From
Here's the thing that I think its time has passed, but like in the late 90s before 2004, I think the Yankees got a lot of calls. Like the word, like everybody, like I think that bias and the way umpires react to the game and the pressure of Yankee Stadium, it just seemed like don't look this up or like fact check me, but I just feel like the Yankees, it was like it would favor the Yankees to have a subjective bias system.
like
And
it's
I'd
like
be,
the
yeah,
Jordan rules, but for
yeah.
Jeter
So I
rules.
would not have been in
That
favor
was
of
the
an
thing.
ABS at that time. But now I don't think the Yankees have that gravitas.
No, 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 no.
Mm,
Recently, that was Dodger
yeah,
bias,
yeah, fuck the
or
Dodgers.
Laker bias, I guess. So are we good? Shall we bring in our
Yeah,
special guest, Mr. Rob Wolff?
let's do that. Let's do
All
that.
right.
Um,
Legend from the early days who
from the
yeah,
early
not to
days.
A
who's
Jeb
finally got his
legend,
ring.
a Jeb legend for not winning for so long. Me and Keith.
Yeah, I know I
Legend.
mentioned this, but it's like I want you to have yours, but I loved the idea of just essentially the winningest guy in our league. And you lost a bunch of finals, didn't you? Or at least a few.
As many as the Bills, I think.
Tortured history.
Not four in a row, but there was at least four. I'll always remember when I lost to Dave Harder, where I was like overseas in Europe for the final,
Ah,
and there was no internet or no hotel that had an internet computer, and I couldn't set my lineup. And that's the one I was always like, I had
Uh,
300 guys, I would have won. Like,
you
brutal.
don't get
uh,
over that.
I know. Dave was funny. That just that's how we spread the wealth in the jab. Everyone gets a shot at the crown. If you're
Yeah.
gonna come at the come, you best not miss.
I don't think
Rob, did you build a superstar lineup with your draft this year?
I was not thrilled with my draft. As Devin called me out for, I'm going to be using drafted at 6 a.m. in Cambodia as an
Mm.
excuse for from day one till day 162. No, it was okay. it was early, and I definitely felt sometimes I like drafting at the end, but I felt it this year. I think people are getting so good at drafting, or maybe the auto draft also helps that you don't
Yeah,
forget a guy. But like, yeah, I had all these, I'm sitting on this guy, and 22 picks later, you're like, they're all gone, like all eight
yeah,
guys in the queue
yeah.
are gone.
It's nice to get the wham bam because you can kind of do a little mini plan, but like the waiting is brutal. I
I
think
think
last, yeah,
that's one of the bigger points too, is that I've noticed over, especially the last year or two. But you could back in the old days, you could always count on one or two owners who would just screw up their pick, and that would leave a lot of people. It
yeah,
was a domino effect. All of a
yeah,
sudden, to you. Scott Rowland would be available in the third round or something. You're like,
yeah,
okay, I kind of gotta take him because you guys just passed on him.
yeah.
But
Yeah,
that
yeah,
doesn't happen
Or
anymore.
even a weird first round draft where they use a first round on somebody. Rob, your first round pick both disappointed me because I was like, I had two people that I wanted to drop impossibly to me in the second round, and that would be like the 23rd pick. And my whole plan built around Yamamoto, and I was just like, that's bullshit. And then Keith blew it for me with Ellie.
seeing you give me that, come on, Rob, in the chat made me feel good because it felt a little silly. But I won't lie, like I didn't know if they'd get to me, but I
Yeah,
tried to be realistic with mock drafts. I had Acuna and Crochet like in my queue, like maybe they'll get to me,
yeah,
and they went 10, 11, and I was like, even in the first round, I was like, I don't know what to do now.
yeah, right.
I like Yamamoto a lot. I thought
Yeah,
again,
same.
picking a 12, I thought I don't
That
know
was
what pitchers
you?
can get back to me, but they're not going to be good.
Yeah.
So,
I think he was the last of that, you might not put him on the tier as like, what came before him, but like he's close. Like he left last season as like a super stud and was really solid. You could just see
Door
him.
whacking day.
I think he's so good. I just, Dev said to me, which is true, like they're going to, if he gets like a pinky, they're going to be like, shut it down for a month, leave the
you
cage
know,
in
we're
playoff.
moving to a 9-man rotation.
Yeah.
Well, here's my thought on you picking Yamamoto. You threw off my perfect first round thing because he is definitely. But since you picked last and first, you're on the
Uh,
snake, and you
Mhm.
picked Vladdy Jr. on your with your first pick
yeah.
next round. If you had
Mhm.
swapped those, I would have no gripe. But since you put Yamamoto in the first round, that ruined my perfect take of everyone's really. So I expanded my vision to say the first two rounds because
Gotcha.
Yamamoto would have
Yes,
gone in the second round, and the first two
for
rounds are pretty
sure.
The
spotless.
only reason
Yeah.
I did Yamamoto first is because I was having trouble between like I think it was Vlad, Tatis, and actually Caminero, just because I think third base is such a
I wanted
niche
him so
position.
Yeah.
I was gonna pick him. I like had him. I think that was one of my picks that actually went to like 5, 4, 3, and I was like,
Yeah.
he
And
went.
yeah,
He went round. Caminero went round. You got Vladdy, Richie. You're at the end of that round. He went right after me. I had to take
mm,
Tatis in
yeah.
the
Tatis.
middle of the second round. I mean that was a no brainer.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
Caminero was sitting there too, so it was one of those, the devil and the
Yeah.
angel sitting on your shoulder.
It, do you guys feel like there are things that I liked about my draft, but sometimes drafts are positive, but like this one really, it just felt like a draft of loss. I just felt like I just kept on having loss. I was like, oh, I lost that. I lost
Mhm.
that. I like some of my picks, but
I like some of that. Yeah, no, and actually leading into one of my topics too is the amount of pitchers that went into that first 2.5 rounds.
the
I ended
the
up because I
wraparound of me to Patrick
Mhm.
started,
round
I
of the
think, a wildfire.
Yeah, it was like
Like,
yep,
Wu, Webb, Sanchez, Freed.
ooh, yep, Freed, and that's what started my panic. 'Cause I
yeah,
definitely have like a mental thing about taking an ace in the first 3 rounds, and by the time the middle of the third round, came around for me, pick number 34, the only guy that was left was Peralta. And I'm not
Mhm.
complaining, Kirby was there.
Yeah.
But if you'll
Yeah.
notice too, that was the end. Framber Valdez and Zach Wheeler's injured. Cole
Mhm.
Reagan's I probably could have
Who
taken.
got Framber? Because I was hoping that everybody was going to avoid him, and then Robbie stole him.
I did.
Because
Yeah,
I,
I like the
Uh,
innings. He always puts up like 200 innings and
he could be totally dominant. I mean, he's like a word. Like I thought that was a quality pick. I wanted that. I don't know if I would have grabbed him if it came to me on that round, but
That was round four,
still, he
first
took
pick of
back the
round
Mets.
four. So that's where
Yeah.
that's exactly getting back to the other thing too. Is that's I don't think there were too many reaches or flubs. I mean, you do start to get once you get past the first three or four rounds, you maybe someone starts to reach.
Yeah. Yeah.
you gotta like lean into the guys you like. Like I
Yeah.
again, like
Damn.
I would have taken McLean, but he went to Ryan like 5 picks before, and I was like, it's
Yeah.
probably early, but he's the young Met. Same thing with Ben Rice. I wasn't, but I knew like in this Yankee league, he'd probably go too.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
one of the things you got to take into account is people's proclivities.
Yeah.
Is that there are a lot, at least half the league is Yankee fans, and about
Yeah.
a quarter are Met fans, and then there's the
Yeah,
random
and
Phillies.
Met aware, right? So I think we're all kind of looking at the Mets like there's some value there, like it like a lot of like upper second shelf value. And people
Yeah.
Def-
grab the Mets early, I think.
Yeah.
Definitely, what that takes kind of the anxiety off my Peralta pick is that I was like, I don't know, should I take him, or not? But I think he's gonna be
Yeah,
all right for the Metis, I think.
yeah,
But you can't sit on anyone. Richie, you took, I think, is it Keishel? Is that that was like my like I'm just gonna punt second and grab
yeah,
a guy from the
yeah,
Twins and like, I was like, god damn it. I got
yeah.
now.
I had you probably had the same thing where like it came up a couple of rounds before that where it's like, okay, I'm stashing that. And then it's like 24 picks go, and it's like, oh shit. Yeah,
Yeah.
That's
yeah,
another thing too, is that when you stash and you wait too long, and then someone in the old days it'd be like using the Tatis example, it'd be like you stash like two or three guys, and you're like, oh, I'm definitely taking this round, and all
yeah,
of a sudden someone flubs their pick, and you're saying,
yeah.
well, I kind of gotta take Tatis here, don't I?
Yeah,
So it's a
yeah,
gift, but it's a little like
yeah,
I don't know, it's a little takes the
It's
shine
like,
off it, but not really because you still
yeah,
got Tatis.
yeah. Well, let me ask you guys, so I wanted Otani pitcher. I had him on my
Mm.
mind. I didn't have it on my note sheet, but
I
when
actually
Carrie took him in the 13th, I was like,
that was
whoa,
that was
what have I?
gonna be my next pick. I swear. I was
Yeah,
like,
I just
Carrie, if you're
forgot.
listening,
I
man,
I just
excellent,
forgot. And
excellent.
CBS doesn't have it right. Like I don't know what's going with that draft. Like I don't it doesn't have it right, but I just forgot. And honestly, he's probably shouldn't be too overvalued, right? Like best, like 6 man rotation. They're going to be careful, but it was like the day before the draft. I just saw somebody say he said, "I'm aiming at the Cy Young," and I was like, "Oh fuck!
Ah,
Oh, if he aims at it, he's just going to take it."
he's gonna get it.
I saw the same thing, and yeah, like anyone else, I'd be like, whatever. But I was like, he
Yeah,
seems like he just will whatever he wants at the
yeah,
end. So, like, yeah,
yeah.
Like what? Yeah, no. When he wasn't pitching that one year, and he stole 40, maybe 50 bases. Did he hit?
hmm
He hit like 48, 49. He didn't get 50-50, but it's definitely a 40-40. And he was
Can
just
I
like,
give
well, if I'm not pitching, I might as well steal bases.
Let
Okay.
me. Can I give a oh no time? So I put up a trade to carry for him on the like the first day, and essentially trading my seventh round Strider for her
Yeah.
third, which is probably high for Strider, honestly, coming in overpaid, and 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 Carrie, I don't know if this is true. But what I did in my trade offer to you is because it was 17th, 13th, and the reality was I would totally fucking just swap them. I made a second part of the trade where she had to pay a little bit more. So lower tier pitcher where she's giving up more to make up for the fact that Strider's worth more. Carrie, I was trying to give you the perception of that Strider was more
See,
valuable than I
yeah,
thought.
but after the draft, that whole draft round thing is not
I know.
is not a
I
trade
know.
criteria anymore.
I know.
Like the minute that draft
Yeah.
ends, you cannot use
Yeah.
draft round. I learned that. I used to use that too. Don't
Yeah.
take it.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I used to use that all the time. But realistically, you cannot use. Oh well, he was a seventh round draft
Yeah.
pick, and you only got
And
him in the 13th round. Well, that's
uh,
your fucking mistake.
like 3 hours after I posted the trade, Strider went on the DL, so I pulled it. I was like, "Hey, just so you know, I'll give you anything."
Oh, did you apologize? Sort of.
Yeah, no, I pulled it because he wasn't on the DL when I posted it, but then at least not per the announcements I saw. Yeah,
Well, she's a Braves person, right? Is that, I mean, also isn't is that
I
her?
yeah,
think
yeah,
so.
yeah.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
a
no, she's a good.
Strider lives down the street. Like honestly, like I don't
Yeah,
think I try to put up bullshit trades. So it was authentic. I was like, that's who I want. I've got Strider. You love him, and then I had the little failed manipulation rider on it.
Well, I can have Carrie
nice.
on, and she can tell you if she was wildly insulted or not. No, I
And she's got a ring too. I mean,
don't.
that's what I love
Yeah,
about the
she
Jeb.
does.
Almost everybody
Yeah.
has a ring.
Mhm.
Sunil, we're working on you, buddy. We'll get you there.
So Neil had a rough, he autopiloted and he messaged a thread that me and Dean are on. And I will just say this, like, I think that stung. I think he did, he's got all these names that he didn't choose, and hopefully they're gonna like show him why
He
they're all
didn't
right.
do bad. He didn't
No,
do
he didn't do on paper, he did great. That's what happens when
yeah,
you auto. Yeah.
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 Yeah, you want your guys though. Like I said, I don't know if I'm happy with my draft, but I'm still happy I
Yeah.
my ass up at 6 in the morning
Yeah.
and did and picked them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. No, so some of the personal, like we'll get a little personal here now. Should we
Yes.
have a little mood lighting and have a therapist in
Ooh,
the corner? Some of
yes.
your personal, and I'll kick this off. Worst or best draft picks. And I sent out the 2002 CDM list, which is funny. We'll get to keepers if we have
Mm.
time. But I did note when I was randomly, sporadically, spot checking some of the drafts. In 2020, I drafted Charlie Morton in the third round. I don't know. I think that was a rush pick. When there's 5 seconds and you hear the beep, beep,
Yeah.
beep.
Yeah.
I think he's still in the league, isn't he? He's like 85. Do you guys have a worst pick or a best pick?
I have a best pick. Well, you
Yeah.
prompted me with a couple of those questions. I was trying to find. I thought I was going to throw it out as try and inflate my ego. Best pick ever in 2012 in round 17. I picked that year's Cy Young Award winner, one R.A. Dickey. Uh,
No. Ah,
but so I was scrolling through the whole draft, and your mom Schwarzenegger, who I think was Sean, I had to look up. Picked Mike Trout with the third to last pick in the draft, who would have won the MVP that year if Cabrera didn't get the triple crown. So I think that trumped the knuckleballer as
Nice.
wow.
maybe best pick I've ever seen.
Now that's a weird pick too, because R.A. Dickey. I mean, granted, I think he would have gone there. That's a
Yeah.
reasonable
Yeah.
draft position for him. But
I felt like I was
Cy
picking him
Young,
because he was a Met, if I recall. I remember just being like, I like this guy. He's a knuckleballer. But
yeah. I mean, did he deserve the same? Was there no one else throwing, curveballs back then? I don't know. What year was that?
it was very toss up between him and Kershaw. I know a lot of Dodger, but he legit, their numbers were like neck and neck. I mean, a lot of
Yeah,
people think like the narrative kind of won him,
Mhm.
and that there might be some truth to that, but
might have been Kershaw fatigue too. I think he's got three, right? Maybe four. Cy
yeah.
Youngs.
I'm
Mm.
trying to find it. There was one year where I took Grady Sizemore in the first round, and I know that did not work out well.
He was the man. He was the man. Oh, well, speaking of that, that sheet I sent you guys, or wait, first regular for all three. The first recorded draft was 2002. We had played in 2001, but I don't have any records of that. 2002 was pre-CBS, so you can't pull it up online. but I
Mhm.
sent you guys the spreadsheet.
Yeah.
And the fact that you mentioned that, I picked Darren Erstad very early on the basis of I had read a Peter Gammons article saying Darren Erstad is the ball that you guys loved. He's the guy. He's grit. He gets the dirtiest uniform every day. And so I picked him
My,
like in the fourth
yeah.
round, and he was
But
definitely a light
when
later.
I look at that 2002, and I've got like five Yankee pitchers, and I've got so many Yankees, and I would say that my favorite draft pick was more sort of a perennial thing. I think Mariano was even more valuable than his points because he was such a consistent scorer and I got him I don't know if you can look this up, but I think I had him for about 10 years in a row. Two keeper, like legit.
Yep.
And I kept on
Well, back then.
overpaying for it, but I kept getting him and I wanted him and he was valuable. And that's kind of like my favorite draft thing of my own. I I don't have a worst because I just like constantly worst. I had a terrible moment over it's not related to Otani pitcher, but Dean, you and me were texting during the draft, and I didn't realize I had turned off my audio, and my draft pick came and it auto picked, and I panicked. I didn't know what I was gonna do. You stopped the thing for me. I got to choose. I was 3 rounds after I wanted Otani pitcher. It wasn't even on my mind, and I just well,
Dean is a
just
benevolent commissioner.
Yes.
yeah,
We did a lot of rewinding this draft
yeah.
period. It helps.
Hmm.
That 2002, Richie, you started early. You had Giambi, Clemens, Mo, Smoltz, and Ichiro. It's quite a lineup. Was Ichiro on the Yankees 2002? I don't think so.
No, I don't
I
think
don't
so.
know. No.
We
Oh,
later.
look,
Um,
I see Steve was starting early. I see we got Hilton and Mulder on the team.
yeah, it's funny
Ah,
when you shared this. I
damn!
immediately looked for Steve's boyfriends. That was the first thing I did with this.
Uh,
Absolutely. That's a whole nother podcast. Steve's boyfriends.
greatest poll in Jeb history.
Yeah.
Already. Yeah, and that year, 2002, pre-Sports Line, which was bought by CBS the following year. Wolfie, you drafted A-Rod, Wood, Zito, Gagne, Larry Walker. And getting back to Gagne, that was one of those years, my first 2004, the first, I think, CBS Sports Line. One of my first championship through that is I beat you. You had Smoltz and Gagne, who each had 50 saves, and saves were worth 10
Yeah,
points. So you had
Kanye was
like
a monster
your
at that
points
year,
were
and they
like
know
way up
Jeb.
here. I was definitely the underdog,
Yeah,
except for that one week in the finals where we played
yeah. Isn't it funny how that happens? It just kind
Arnie's
of
bench
aligns.
drinkers. I
Yeah,
know. Because you played the system, you knew the scoring system, and you got your guys.
yeah,
Yeah, it's gone away some. Like I used to love those. I was big on like just not any closer. Like I want the closer like Kimbrel and Smoltz and Gagne who
yeah.
like get strike out the side. Like I'd always avoid the like the sinker baller, the Doug Jones, like, oh, he gets 45 saves, but I feel like I was, vaguely ahead of my time sabermetrically there. I was like, no, I want this Billy Wagner guy who's striking out two batters an inning. That's a point too.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And it just
Mm-hmm.
seemed like they're more secure in the job. Um,
Mm-hmm.
but yeah, I guess that the Smoltz Gagne thing did work out good for
But
me.
they were getting 50 saves a year. Has anyone even, I mean, barely top 40 nowadays? I mean, does anyone top
Closer's
40?
way more risky now, I feel like.
They are.
You have less elite, even like Miller's, like you just like you don't have the kind of elite consistency, at least in my mind. Maybe this is nostalgia, but it also seems like not a lot of closer jobs feel that secure.
No, and they manage the innings just like
Yeah,
starters a little. I also think, which is probably smart, but like you get the occasional game like last year, the Mets would use Diaz in the eighth if it
yeah,
was like, like Schwarber and Harper were coming up. It's like we'll just pitch them in the eighth and someone else will get the save. There's a little bit more of that and the closer by committee. Yeah, it's a lot harder to pick closers now.
which makes
Yeah,
total
just
sense on a baseball level. You high leverage situations with the top of the order coming up if it's the eighth inning, then yeah, you
yeah,
bring in your closer.
yeah, it just makes
Makes
sense.
perfect sense, but it's killing the fantasy stats.
It is. Think of
Absentee.
the fantasy players. Come on.
let's let's threaten their family or something like the guys who are in DraftKings. You missed a foul shot. Me
Dean,
$500.
put on the side somewhere of your mind. A few years ago, one of our owners, managers, had like a full reliever lineup. I don't know. I'm going to say it's Tom.
What's
I
that?
don't know who it was, but
It was
it
recent.
wasn't that long ago, and they were very successful with it. But it was also
Was it
kind of,
Carrie?
honestly, kind of disgusting. Like not wholesome. I'm not cool with it, but it was interesting. It was like straight up. I even think like one of their reserves was also a closer.
I played in one league once. I've never had it before or since with some people from work that I'm not advocating this for our league, but like where you had like starting pitcher and relief pitcher spots and you had to have like a certain number of. And I do
Yeah,
sometimes see where like people will talk about like guys like who start like I don't know, I'm just gonna say like Sean
yeah,
Manaea, like who are relievers but then start or do both, like
yeah,
really valuable or
yeah.
it was
I
complicated, unnecessarily
is
complicated.
it possible that we have ever had, because I can visualize that. I've never played in a fantasy league other than ours. Well, I did have a league that predated ours where we would take the Sunday, or I guess the Monday USA Today, and manually calculate the rotisserie stats. But I don't remember what I was talking about or what we're talking about.
It
So I'm
was 2023, so like 3 years ago. It was Ozzy's Boneyard Carrie who had 90 saves. The next highest one, well, it's actually 84. Wasn't too bad. So I'm just assuming, just going by the stats, that she had an all reliever lineup.
doesn't
And
sound like that many.
hold on, that was the year she won.
And motherfucker, Carrie.
Damn.
I would like to protest. um, yeah.
That is the proof. That is scientific experimentation. Right, and the
Yeah.
proof is in the pudding.
But it worked, and
Very,
it,
very
I know it's
unfair.
yeah,
All relievers, very unfair.
it's very unfair. Like, shouldn't be allowed. Uh, but I do. I'm envious. Envious.
Nice.
Oh, no. So how do you guys feel about your teams this year? You guys feeling okay? Feeling good?
I'm mid. I'm feeling mid. I think the biggest thing I have right now, Rob, is kind of what we talked about. Sort of is well, maybe we didn't directly talk about it, is that it doesn't feel super personal to me. And so coming out of the draft, I'm like, I would have loved to have reached and gone for my guys' success be damned, and make it work. But people will start to grow on me. I'll start to see my players and I'll start to that relationship will grow. So mid for
Your
me.
infield is highly suspect, Carney Code.
Yeah, so can I tell you what my draft plan was? That it was to go for Yamamoto if available. He wasn't. My backup was a combination Ellie De La Cruz, Jazz, infield. But it
Mhm.
was still a reach. And Keith took Ellie like a few picks before me. And so I ditched that plan and I went pitchers. And so I have a strong outfield. I have mid pitchers, but I have no infield. And it's Keith's fault. And I will not forgive, but I will forget.
Everything.
I'm ecstatic with mine. I'm not ecstatic, because you can always improve on things. But ended up with my hitters are just, if they all play to their potential. I mean,
Yeah.
Altuve is going off the rocks, and I got
Yeah.
him.
You must have got him like the 14th or the
Yeah,
16th or some
got
shit.
him late. I was like, okay, I need a
Yeah.
second
And he
baseman.
was
What?
hovering, CBS, I
Yeah.
guess average draft was like
I know.
guys. And then you picked him.
Take him. I got Alonso's finally getting going.
I, I will
Yeah,
say,
no.
not to make it more about me, Dean, but my outfield are players that each of them I wanted. That's probably in my whole lineup. Like I didn't know I was going to go from X
You got
free,
you got good
but
outfield.
my outfield is good, and they were the guys that I kind of coveted, and they came around. So that happened. But,
I'm surprised I didn't pick Pete in the. Oh, I guess I took Vlad so early. I usually love those like guy leaves the Mets, he's going to have a fucking career year home run.
Yeah,
I usually
Homer.
totally on that logic.
yeah,
Yeah, I
yeah.
don't
It's
even know
good
if
logic.
Baltimore's a hitter's park or not. I just kind of it's got to be better than Shea. Do they still call it Shea Citibank? What do they call it?
We still sometimes call it Shea. We'll answer to Shea.
We grew up
Uh,
with Shea.
um, yeah, I feel like I really pivoted during the draft. Like I said, I didn't take Caminero, and then I got the bright idea, like, oh, Bo Bichette will be eligible at third. Actually,
Right.
Owen offered me a trade for some like backup third baseman because I don't think I even had a third baseman after the
Yeah.
draft, and I was like,
You
ah,
Yeah.
didn't. You
give me
texted
five,
me.
give me five
Yeah.
days.
You were wondering when when the waiver wire is going to be active because you were
I
all in a
was.
panic. I was like, don't worry. We got you covered. From
I know.
Thailand, from Bangkok.
This is too early to say, but given that Patrick called out that he coveted Mike Trout and he explained why he
Mm.
valued him, and I don't know if he'll stay healthy, but based on the first week, him pulling him in the 11th round after announcing it is an intriguing kind of draft moment. If it plays out too, if he puts up like 450 points, it'll be like, wow.
And you're assuming anyone was paying attention when he said that.
Uh,
Besides you and me.
have you not seen It's a Wonderful Jeb? It is hot.
It's
I
hot.
think the
Like and
video
subscribe.
we almost hit 50 views, and I didn't, and I only watched from like 4 different devices. So
We hit 67 on our first episode.
see,
Ooh.
See?
So wait, does
That's
that mean that like random people are watching this who have no
a little
concept?
bit.
I did.
It,
I
it'll
predicted
different.
12 plus family.
Yeah, you can also not like when you're on different devices, depending on whether you're logged in. Yeah, like you can view YouTube and it doesn't know it's you. Usually my devices know it's me, but it's possible that I might watch it on my iPad and I didn't log in, so it registers another view.
So like, and then pull it up on pull it up on your phone and tablet and like in 3 times.
But I did
And
share it with a
subscribe.
few people that watched it.
We should probably cut it, wind down here because we're at about a
Yeah.
half hour.
Yeah, I think so.
Give or take.
This will be our most watched episode, guarantee.
I hope I got pulled, guys. I hope I
I
got
think you do. I think
The
you do.
predictions are in. Hold on, let me pull up. We're not going to even get into the keepers list, are we?
Oh, yeah, let's go into the keepers list.
We
And
got
then
to save that
we'll
for next
kiss.
time.
We'll all kiss, and then we'll call it a day.
I
All
will,
right.
whatever you guys want. I'm happy to make another appearance if the demand
Yeah,
is.
it's 2 things. It was
That's
basically
inevitable. Baseball seasons are long, and I will say this, Dean. I'm going to say the distance between our pre-draft and our post-draft, that was an eternity for me. Like I need
we're
to
on a
be
2 week
banging
schedule
these.
though.
Well,
It's going to be 2 weeks. I'm going to post it tomorrow, and we'll be on.
how much life passes. Like my ups and downs just in this season. Actually, it's all been down so far. I'll have some ups, but
I have it's a short one. The Simpsons quote for the week.
okay.
Do what I mean, not what I say. Do what I mean, not what I say. Edna Krabappel. My worst Edna Krabappel voice ever.
I'm going to try to use that in my natural course of life this week.
Do what I mean, not what I say. Think
Rob, what a pleasure having you on the podcast, my friend.
Thanks for coming on.
So good to see you guys. Rich, for real, if you're coming out near Pratt, please give me a shout.
I absolutely will. I absolutely will. All right.
Ian, I'll see you on the karaoke mic in Hartsdale or something.
Absolutely.
All right.
Got it.
Talk
This
to you.
might
that, I
not
could
make the
do
actual
that.
podcast.
All right. Kisses.
Off by now.
I am the smart. I am the smart. I am the smart. I am the smart. S-M-R-T. I mean S-M-A-R-T.